Today I'm going to be showing you the three main washes that you'll use in watercolor. The first wash I'm going to be doing is a flat wash. This is just going to be a solid wash of one color that is going to be consistent throughout the whole wash. It'll make a solid block of color. I mixed my color beforehand because this is a fast process and you do not want to have to keep mixing color because your previous work will dry. As you can see, there's a little bead of water, that dark pool of paint and water that I'm pulling from side to side. You want to make sure that you have a little bit of a bead to keep it from getting streaky. You're just going to pull it side to side. I clean up that edge, and I can do that because that paint's still wet. If that were dry, I wouldn't be able to do that. Again, it would leave streaks. Just pull that bead side to side. You can also use your brush to clean up any extra paint you have. I actually pulled up a little too much, and you'll see as that dries that that corner is a little lighter than the rest. Next, I'm doing a graded wash, which is a wash that goes from one color to the next. And here I am mixing two different shades of green, a lighter and a darker. Again, you want to mix your paints before you start because it is a fast process. And once it's dry, you do not want to go back in. Okay, once I've got these different shades mixed, I'm just going to do the same thing that I did before. Start with a line, pull it across, grab the bead, take that bead and pull it down. Here I'm starting to mix in my darker color with my lighter. I'm slowly adding more of that darker color to get more of that graded effect. I'm going from light to dark for this again, adding more of that darker color. Here as I get to the bottom, it's going to be at its darkest. I'm picking up a little bit of that extra bead, pulling it across. Keep pulling. Here it was a little streaky, so because my water was still wet, I was adding little tiny drops of that paint into the wet line above it to help it kind of settle into a more gradual grade. As that dries, the watercolor will settle down. Next is the mingled wash, which is my favorite. Here I'm wetting my paper down with water first. My water's kind of dirty, but it helps to see it. Then I'm just putting my paint right in to that water. A mingled wash is pretty self-explanatory. The different colors will do their thing in the water. Each different pigment has its own sort of identity, some spread, some stain. And as I put this in, I'm just going to let it interact with the other pigments and be careful not to overwork it because then it will start looking muddy. Here I'm just labeling each different wash, flat, graded, and mingled.